the street, on the lane, and on the main. For the girls, them chocolate, same that we no fall.
What are you doing, Jay?
Going sample shopping. Getting some records. Vinyl. We don't digital dig. Yeah, we do. A little bit.
Little digging's alright. I do that sometimes.
Got to now.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can get some shit.
Especially if you're broke.
You're a thief, man. A pirate.
Ray has a pretty extensive, or had a pretty extensive collection of records that he would just randomly play in his room on an afternoon, just playing records. Finally looking for something that caught his attention, that sparked up a vibe inside him, and then it would just go from there.
I started out DJing, and I just love listening to music, just love listening to records.
Sampling initially started as the sound of Beirut, and now it's just an extra piece of it's almost like an instrument that you can just add to your arsenal of tools to create your sound.
Well, the stuff that we sample it ranges from something you've heard before to something really obscure that no one's ever heard before. It's just how we use it and how we chop it up and how we manipulate it in a way to make it sound. Beirut Productions did it.
I think sampling was just, back then was just more, you'd sample something that was way more heard than digging, you know what I'm saying? But once we realized you dig for it and you can find some real rare and some tight stuff, and cats just started going off.
Nowadays, I might just put on a record and wait to hear a sample that grabs me.
Somebody in my generation is gonna say, why do I need to go to the record store and pay 100, 200 bucks for that record when I can get the exact same sounding, I can get the exact song, I can apply an effect to make it sound like it was sampled, and I can do that all on the internet without paying $1. There's only so much music that can be sampled, and the question, begs to be answered, what do you do when you don't sample anymore? People are gonna ask for more money to sample music now, and what's that gonna do? It's gonna force people to stop sampling. So it works like a sampler, except that there's no sounds in it. All the sounds are in the computer. These pads are identical to the ones on the MPC.
Gentlemen, it's a nuclear device.
You have to be careful too. You can't get lost in the technology. Therefore, you stop your forward progress on your music. Because I've got lost in programs before trying to figure out, clicking around how to do something, and now I've lost the feel that I was even going for, and now I scrap the beat because I'm done.
No, you don't need the best technology. You need talent.
I think technology is a great way to advance great ideas and to make them sound better and more refined, but I don't think the technology makes the music.
Nowadays, if you got a computer, you can do it. Versus back in the day, you didn't. You know, computers weren't really there in most households.
The first, I guess you could say, loop that I made was on a boombox.
The way we would try to make a beat is that take a tape, and the real people know this. You take a tape, double cassette deck, one side. If you want to loop off of that song, you record that piece onto this tape, and right when the loop ends, you pause that tape. You press pause. Well, you stop it, then you rewind it, you go back to that point, you pause that tape. So then you go back to that same loop, play it, unpause it right on the right time, let it play, stop, go back, listen to it, make sure you didn't have a seam in it if you're really about your shit, and then that's how you make your beat.
And it was all hissy and stuff because it loses generation. you know, you record over and over, it just loses all kinds of generations and quality. So it sounds like crap.
And now that I have a better ear and I'm able to use all those tools the way I want to, my music is a lot more mature, but still holds the same raw, dirty aspect that my first beat had.